Hey everybody, what's going on? Mr. Tony of the Dead here, and thanks for coming by for another review. This one's going to be on Dead and Driving from Arrow Video USA. Directed by Brian Trenchard-Smith, starring Ned Manning, Natalie McCurry, and Peter Whitford, just to name a couple. Dead and Driving is an Ozploitation film. This is a post-apocalyptic, post-punk apocalyptic kind of movie. It's set in the near future, but technically this came out in 1986, and I believe the movie takes place in like 1993, I want to say. So back then it was, you know, future. It's kind of like a Mad Max setting in a way. More like the original Mad Max, not the later on ones where everything's just desert. But basically is there's, you know, the society is like crumbled, and you know, there's gangs all over the place and stuff like that. So the government decides to lure the teenagers in that into like these, they call them star drive-ins, and there's several of them set up. Well, the main guy in this, played by Ned Manning, wants to take his girlfriend, played by Natalie McCurry, rest in peace, to the movie. He just wants to take her on a date. He goes there, and he has a job and everything, and they ask, you know, like, well, they don't ask. It says unemployed is like $3 and something, and employed is like 10. Well, he wants the cheaper deal, so he says he's unemployed, which basically kind of like sets him up. You know, he doesn't realize what happens. So he goes in there, and all of a sudden he's like having sex with his girlfriend. His tires on his car get stolen, and then there's a whole big fiasco trying to get new tires, and he has to stay overnight. Then they find out, long story short, they're trapped there. They're basically trapped there, and all these like teenagers and that all around, and it's kind of like a civilization. Like they're all stuck there as well. They've been there for a long time. They can't get out, and most of them don't want it. Well, I shouldn't say most. All of them, they don't want to get out because they kind of have it made there. They have movies. I mean, it's the same movies over and over again, but they have movies. They have fast food. They have, you know, they're with whoever they're with. They're having, you know, there's no parental supervision or anything except for, of course, an electrified wall, you know, 10, 20 feet high wall that's electrified. And then, of course, the main guy who, like, watches over everything, who's kind of like a, you don't know how to take him. He might be a nice guy, he might not be. There's something else behind it. And so, like I said, the government just kind of like keeps these kids in there. And Ned Manning, he doesn't want to stay there. He wants to get the hell out. He wants freedom. Everybody says, like, that's freedom in there. He's like, no, freedom's out there. I want to go out there. I wouldn't say it's a great movie, okay? I will say, though, that I watched this for the first time maybe a year ago, and I thought, it's okay. I honestly thought it was a horror movie the first time I was going to watch it because it said Dead End Driving. I thought, that sounds like a horror movie, and it wasn't, you know. But now, watching it again and, you know, a second time, more like, I really liked it a lot more. I really liked the setting. There's a lot of, like, you know, maybe plot holes in this movie, which I won't say because it'll reveal the ending and other things, but I think there was like a lot of, you know, holes in this that need a little bit like more explaining. First off, like, I just don't understand how they can just do this, but it's the government. It's the government. But, you know, yeah, like I said, it's not a bad movie. It's not perfect. It's not great. I did enjoy it, though. It is Australian, which I totally forgot about. They started talking Australian, and I should say start talking Australian. They had an Australian accent, you know. So it was a little hard to understand at times. So, but like with all the Arrow video releases, I always put the captions on, just because to see how the captions work with it, if it matches up right. And there were a few times, honestly, that it didn't match up perfectly, which I was shocked at. But I don't think it's the person who was translating's fault because they talk so fast in the movie sometimes, and it's hard to what just happened. But it was pretty cool though because the director, Brian Trenchard-Smith, Brian as I like to call him, the movies they're watching, a small little not trivia but little info behind the movie. The two movies that they're watching are Dragonflies and Turkey Shoot, which are both movies that he did. So it's kind of cool that they had that on the screen. But honestly, seeing those, I've heard of Turkey Shoot, I've never heard of Dragonflies, but seeing them on the screen makes me want to check them out as well. Also, this is a known fact, Quentin Tarantino really loves Brian's work. He's like his favorite director. So that's pretty cool too, you know, just a guy just, you know, kind of small time kind of thing, you know, and Quentin Tarantino really, like, he's his favorite. That's pretty cool. This is Region A, so Region B, I'm sorry. But yeah, it was, it looked nice. It had a nice clean up to it. I remember it being a little, obviously, gritty, and I like the gritty, obviously, with all the VHS behind me. But it did clean up nice. This is a very vibrant kind of movie, and like I said, it's post-punk apocalyptic, which is a lot of p right there. But it's very bright. Like I said, compared it to Mad Max, a lot of people compare it to Mad Max-ish. It's not like that bad where, I mean, the outside world, there's gangs going around and shit like that. But you spend most of the movie, obviously, in this drive-in. And it really doesn't look like that bad. It's kind of like a utopia for teenagers. I mean, you get free food, you know, there's beauty parlor. It's kind of like a little town in a way, because they have a little of everything. There's like a Club Med there. There's, like I said, the fast food, which is basically like if you ever went to a drive-in, you go in and, you know, the long table that has, like, you know, or not table, but the counter with the popcorn. It has like the different movies that are going to be playing there, which is really cool. There's a cool movie poster in the beginning where it's supposed to be like a futuristic Rambo one. It's like Rambo, I don't know, like 8 or something like that. It's like Rambo Takes Russia, I think it's called. Don't quote me on that, but it's like a ridiculous title. It was fun. You know, it's a fun movie. Not great, not perfect, but fun. Very kind of bright for a post-apocalyptic movie. Like, it was just crazy, and the outfits were crazy, the characters were crazy in this movie, but it was fun. And here you have the new artwork from Chris Malbin, the new artwork, which I think, and I've said this to a few people that I've showed this to, I think that would look awesome in a black light. You know, it would look pretty cool. It's very vibrant. Do I like it? I do like it, but I don't know. I guess it, because I said it's post-punk apocalyptic, and it's a very kind of almost vibrant movie, neon in a way. I guess that works with it, but the original cover is kind of mysterious. Just the movie alone, just the title, like, you don't really know what it's about. And even from this cover, I wouldn't know what the hell it is. But I didn't know from the other cover either, obviously. I thought it was a horror movie. But I do really like this. I think the artwork looks really cool. It's the original one is a little more simplistic, which I'll show you, obviously. But now that I think about it, I think I like the newer one better. And here's an older cover of it, which I've never seen this cover before. This is, you know, first time for me. And if I had to choose between this one or the new one, or on the booklet is actually the another cover. I think this cover is probably the coolest one. This kind of screams out 80s to me. You know, I really like the font on there. It kind of looks like a video game, to be honest. But I don't know, that pink is just popping. It's just popping. I really like it. But that's kind of popping too, but you know, it's all dark. But I kind of like that a lot. So I guess I would actually say I like this one the most, and this is a close second. And here's the inside. This is the a cover that probably a lot of people have seen for this movie. And there's the disc, you know, with the newer font on it. There's only one disc in here. There's no other disc. There are special features on the disc, but not too many. But yeah, like I said, there's only one disc. Does not come with a DVD. It's just a Blu-ray, and it's pretty sweet. It does look very nice. And a little bit better look at the booklet. Here's the front cover, obviously, and then here's there it is, the inside with the cast and crew. The table of contents here. The post-punk apocalypse little like story there with a girl with a very where is it? There it is. A very interesting looking bra. And there's Ned Manning and Natalie McCurry. Unfortunately, she has been gone for a while now, but there she is. She looked gorgeous in the movie. The stuntmen, cast and crew, then a touch of insanity. And here it tells you a little bit about the restoration, the production credits, and the special thanks. And then here's the back of the booklet. Okay, so this movie might not be for everybody. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be dead end driving honest. But I think it takes a couple watches to really like this a lot. And I did like it a lot more the second time that I watched it, you know, and now I can actually see myself watching it again. Maybe there's other little things that I missed that I'll pick up the third time, you know. But I think it's a fun watch, and like I said, not everybody's going to be into it, but it's a post-punk apocalyptic looking movie, kind of Mad Max-ish. It's kind of crazy, but I think people would like this, but not everybody. Give it a try. Why not, right? It's a very nice edition, 2K restoration, looks nice, but it's a classic, you know, so you be the judge. But that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and check out the trailer for this movie at the end of this review, just, you know, give you a little better idea about what I'm talking about. So that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.